and welcome to Cybersecurity Studio, where we talk about latest news and significant phenomena in cybersecurity. In the studio, Janne Nevalainen and
Markus Söderblom. Welcome.
All right, but hey, let's start with a classic.
All right.
And let's have a few news about exploits.
All right.
So lots of vulnerabilities, of course, has been going on in the few weeks, but I took few critical exploits to the news.
Okay.
And first one is Zimbra collaboration suit, which is in large use still. And there was a quite severe exploit that allows attacker to get hold of the Zimbra server just by sending a malicious email attachment via email, which allows the attacker to run an arbitrary code on the server, so pretty severe. And Zimbra has already released security fix that replaces the vulnerable component on the server. And other quite severe was Fortinet critical authentication bypass, which means that such as FortiOS, FortiProxy, FortiSwitch Manager suffer from vulnerability that allows the attacker to bypass the admin interface.
Right.
And Fortinet also has released a patch for this vulnerability and also mitigation instructions if for some reason admin can't patch the systems. Workaround, yeah. So pretty nasty vulnerabilities. And what do you think, Markus? What is the moral of the story?
Keep on patchy, baby.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. So, Janne, next, China's cyber assault on Taiwan. So what is going on here? Cyber attacks targeting Taiwan spiked ahead after American politician Nancy Pelosi's visit in August in Taiwan. This was noticed, and this type of attacks included both hacking attempts and spreading disinformation across social media platforms like Facebook, YouTube, and also a line called IMS, which is a popular app in Taiwan. This included fabricated or misleading posts that are part of a Chinese disinformation campaign, most likely intended to hurt the Taiwanese morale. And so this is kind of like a typical fake news type of issue, phenomena. And these fake news on social media, they might be a way for China to sway public opinions and demoralize the public, kind of like in a similar way as what the Russians are trying to do in Ukraine.
Yeah, I was actually thinking the same, that these kind of misinformation, false news attacks are quite common nowadays.
So it seems. Right, but let's move on. So you have another news, something related to Intel.
Yeah, and quite a nasty one, I say. Mm-hmm. So this is confirmed by Intel that source code of Intel Alder Lake BIOS has been leaked. Mm-hmm. So the source code has been leaked, and which contains unified extensible firmware interface code, so-called plethora of files and tools which appear to come from firmware vendor inside software. And Intel's statement was that yes, the leak is true, but the most sensitive data has already been scrubbed from the source code before it was released to external partners. So from the statement, you can think that this happened from some external partner and not straight from Intel.
Right.
But
sounds like a supply chain attack.
Yeah, kind of, yeah. And the GitHub repository has already been taken down where this was released, but of course, what goes in the internet stays in the internet.
Right.
And what is quite worrying here is that, of course, this can allow attackers to develop tools so they can attack the computers in the hardware level.
True.
Which is really nasty.
That's really nasty. Yeah. Once the source codes are in the public, the adversaries, they can gain benefit from that and
Yeah.
verify them and possibly come up with attacks using very low-level attack types. So it's really nasty in that sense.
Yeah, but okay. But something about Microsoft.
That's true, Janne. Yeah, the Microsoft was recently named a leader in the 2022 Gartner's Magic Quadrant for SIEM. So that's nice news to hear. And the SIEM here refers to, of course, to security information and event management tool, which is a very essential tool for the CSOCs, Cybersecurity Operations Center people. And the Microsoft SIEM called Sentinel was positioned highest on the measure of ability to execute axis, so on that particular axis. Microsoft Sentinel is a cloud-native SIEM solution that collects security data from organization, and it includes user and entity behavior, analytics, UEBA, and typical security organization automation and response SOAR capabilities. And Janne, did you know that we are about to have a webinar regarding security monitoring?
Yes, we do.
On 24th of November.
Be there.
Or be square. All right, moving on. Something next about Binance. What is this all about, Janne?
Yeah, the ever exciting world of cryptocurrencies. And word of the day is Binance. A few weeks ago, hackers stole about $100 million worth of crypto from Binance. And what's interesting in the story is that this didn't happen in the Binance's service itself. Mm-hmm. So customer assets were not impacted.
Right.
So they were safe. But attack happened in a so-called cross-chain bridge, which means that, for example, when you switch crypto to another in the crypto, so this is a pinpoint where the magic happens.
Right.
And lots of attacks has been happening exactly in the cross-chain bridges. So that's the pinpoint where the attackers target.
Right.
And Binance was no exception here. So actually this sum was quite a much larger, but Binance managed to seize the assets that were stolen, or actually this exploit resulted in extra BNB. Means that the hackers generated more BNB tokens. Mm-hmm. And Binance seized most of the tokens, but still they lost about 100 million worth of crypto here.
Right.
And what's interesting here is that these kind of attacks has been on rise this year. Mm-hmm. And according to one report, about $2 billion has been lost in cryptocurrency this year. Wow. In 13 different attacks. Wow. And most of the attacks has targeted exactly the cross-chain breaches. So this is something that I expect we keep seeing, for example, next year more. All right, but that's from Binance, and the next one is actually quite nasty also.
That's true, Janne. There was a YouTube channel which was distributing malicious Tor Browser installer. So I'm sure that many of us knows what the Tor browser is all about, for what purposes, naturally for browsing and accessing the Tor network.
Yeah.
There was a popular Chinese language YouTube channel that was caught in distributing a Trojanized version of a Windows installer for the Tor browser. Kaspersky, the security company, calls this campaign an onion poison. And so far, it seems that all the victims are located in China, and the scale of the attack remains unclear, but Kaspersky said it detected victims appearing in its own telemetry since March 2022. And the malicious version of the Tor browser installer was distributed via link present in the description of the video.
Okay, so the YouTube itself didn't distribute
the malicious Tor browser installer. That's true. There was a link presented in the description of the video, and that was uploaded to YouTube back in January 2022.
Okay.
And this link redirected to an executable that once installed, collected various personal data and sent it to command and control server. So C2C channel opener and C2C server. So typical in that sense. So, and Google has, by the way, recently deleted this video from YouTube. But I think the most essential thing here to keep in mind is of course that whenever you are searching for something particular, such as as sensitive as Tor Browser installer, you should always rely on the original source and keep on downloading from there. I mean, of course, even that is not an absolute certain that there's not going to be any mischievous included.
Yeah,
but usually that's the case, that when you download something from the source and not from some third-party site, even not from YouTube.
Yeah, at least not from YouTube.
Yeah, at least, yeah. So you are more secure in that sense. I think that's the lesson to learn in here.
Yeah.
But right.
Hey, that's it.
That's it for this month.
Yeah, and we'll see you next month.
That's true.
Until then, stay safe.
Stay safe. Bye-bye.